The declared winner of 2023 presidential election did not win. Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi says that is true. The declared winner did not win, and INEC knows about it. That INEC chairman knows what he did. He planned it and he executed it according to their plan. He planned it with APC government and with APC political party and with Tinubu. And he was just rather than doing the right thing, he was working the answer from the question. Okay? So he started with the answer rather than solving through the question. He started the wrong thing and then finished it with the wrong way as well. Okay? Because the way they planned it is exactly the way they did it, which is different or at variance with the laid down rules of the Electoral Act and the electoral guidelines by INEC. Okay? This is truly a taho different from Bala Blue. They did it a different way and now putting everybody into a political jeopardy. And that is terrible. Okay, so the person they declared winner actually did not win the election, and everybody is aware. They rigged it beyond control. They even rigged it and rigged themselves joint. But God will expose them because they will not go unpunished. According to him, INEC, as a public institution, should always submit itself to scrutiny from Nigerians. Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi has stated that Bola Tinubu, the declared winner of February 25 presidential election, did not win the election. Obi made a statement during his first interview since the 2023 presidential election was conducted. Appearing for an interview on Arise TV, Obi stated that the declared winner of the 2023 presidential election did not win. The Labour presidential candidate, who averred that he didn't contest in the election to help anyone win, also stated that the declared winner of the election failed to win the people. Only why he chose to challenge the election in court, Obi said they are challenging the rascality or displayed by the Independent National Electoral Commission in the election. And according to him, INEC, as a public institution, should always submit itself to scrutiny from Nigerians, he said. INEC is a public institution and it should be open, because if you do something and people are not satisfied, then you should be able to open up yourself. INEC has conducted an election and announced the winner, but I am only asking that I have access to the materials that were used to arrive at the result. I am not asking you to change what you said. I am not challenging their declaration, or rather, I am not challenging who they declared. I am not challenging whatever the outcome is. I am challenging the process by which they arrived at their declaration. That is the truth. And unless we do that, we are not going to stop the rascality we witnessed in that election. The process through which people come into the office is far more fundamental than what they do thereafter. Okay? There is a process of doing things, of arriving at every destination. A process is important. Okay. So that is what Peter Obi is saying, that he is not challenging the declaration, he is not challenging the winner, he is challenging the process they use in arriving at that result and arriving at that declaration. Because INEC is operating with impunity, and INEC as a public institution should open up itself for public scrutiny. And if they did anything wrong, they should be able to own it and open up. Okay? So, but unfortunately, that is not what is happening. Okay? So why Peter Obi is going to court is to make sure that the process is in place, the process was followed, because if we don't do that, this rascality that INEC is displaying will not be checked and will not be stopped. And then the whole evil will continue going forward. We know that by the time the Peter Obi and his group gets to the root of the matter and get that real fact, of course, that has the capability to upturn the declaration. Because what we are seeing here is that the person they declared did not win the election. So how did they arrive at declaring him as winner? That is what we want to see. Okay. Unfortunately, INEC is already in the business of cleaning up its mess by destroying evidences and not allowing political parties like Labour Party and PDP to see the electoral materials used for conducting the election. So the question now is, how would the aggrieved parties get the facts and evidences and exhibits that they need in the court of law to buttress their case? Because INEC again is working with impunity because they are paymasters, which is an APC government. They are protecting them and helping them. This is terrible. This is terrible. Everybody knows that Tinubu did not win that election. He just stole it. He used his money to buy INEC, buy everybody in INEC, and they collected their change and succumbed. So I've got a few comments here. Let's see. Somebody saying, when Soludo was telling you to gather enough momentum to 2027, you think you are smart. Hope you have seen it yourself. There's nothing there. What kind of momentum? Soludo is just being jealous because Soludo is hoping that by the time he finishes, by 2031, he will become the first president of Nigeria from the Igbo extraction. That is, Soludo does not have any facts. He's just being jealous and being mean and being I don't understand. So when is the right time for Peter Obi? Or when is the right time for a good person to take over Nigerian government? This guy must be an APC person. Somebody say, boo, should be leading if the election isn't rigged. Yes. Yes, he should be leading. Not that he should be leading, he's already leading. They rigged it. He did everything perfectly and he won the election perfectly. But they went to rig it. So what are you saying? That Peter Obi should have gone to establish a rigging structure or a fraudulent structure to win election. That is not what we're saying. The guy needs to change the narrative going forward. Yeah? Somebody saying, don't worry, he will soon take back his mandate by the grace of God. Yes, your certificate of return, they online. Can you imagine? Don't worry, that certificate of return Tinubu is holding will be returned. It will come back. You should be scrutinized on how possible you amass 35% of your votes in eastern Nigeria. We have governors of different parties in that state, and still you went ahead to amass 35% of the votes. It is quite amazing. Just 5% total vote left behind for about 5 or 6 other political parties. The result must have been forged or written. Prove it now. Prove it. And that's why everybody is calling for cancellation of the election. If you think you have a point, bring it and let all of these things be screened at once and let the election be cancelled. Somebody say it is realistic and you know it. Of course, everybody knows that it's Peter Obi that they wanted. Somebody say don't be nasty. What is INEC afraid of? What are they doing? What are they hiding? They know what they're hiding. INEC is hiding something. You know what they're hiding. You know what they're hiding. So it's quite unfortunate that Nigerians are even helping Nigeria to sink further. That is what I see here. And how long is this going to continue? Only God knows. So thank you for listening, and let's have a comment.